Hey there, fellow gamers, and welcome to Robeytech. I'm Justin Robey, aka Robey1 Kenobi, and today we got something really freaking cool to show you today. That's right, today twice. It's so awesome. When it comes to gaming, especially competitive gaming, the monitor you choose is extremely important. Yeah, it's great to have an RTX 2080 Ti and a 16-core, 32-thread hot boy Ryzen 3950X CPU, but it's all that running through a janky monitor, then what good is all that power if it's piped to an absolutely trash display? Well, Gigabyte apparently agrees that what you look at is just as important as any of the components in your PC. Now say hello to the Gigabyte AORUS F127Q-P gaming monitor. This thing is a veritable monster. Now let me hit you with some of the headlines before we dive in headfirst to that all-sweet, tasty features that this display has to offer. This 27-inch monitor runs at 2560 by 1440 with a blistering refresh rate of 165 Hz. That's right, 165 Hz. Take that, 144 Hz. It's got an HDR and 10-bit color of the same ding-dang time. And it does that thanks to the use of high bitrate 3 over its DisplayPort. The DisplayPort on this has a bandwidth of 34.2 gigabits per second. 34.2! That's almost good. That's like the same as 25.5 gigawatt? I forgot the joke. How many gigawatts? What's the gigawatts? Now what I'm trying to say that is this monitor is probably the most optimal monitor for any gaming setup. Starting with the size. While there may be some outliers, most of the internet agrees that 27 inches is the optimal size for a gaming display. The ELED IPS panel looks breathtaking. No, you're breathtaking.
You're breathtaking!
From any angle. And I mean any angle. The viewing angle on this thing is absolutely mental. Since it has a 10-bit IPS display, you have a viewing angle of 178 degrees horizontally and vertically. So unless you're looking at this thing directly from above or directly to one side, which why would you do that? You'll see everything on the screen in all that 10-bit glory. Let's see if we can replicate this, Josh. Let's see. I'm gonna try and replicate. This is super uncomfortable to play the game when you do this. So I can't. I'm an old man. It's just not I'm not capable of viewing it at that angle. Now, what do I mean by 10-bit color? Well, 8-bit color means that you have 256 shades of red, green, and blue, which may sound like a lot, but 10-bit color has 1,024 shades of each color, meaning over 1 billion possible colors for each individual pixel. So everything on the screen is going to pop, and I do mean pop. We played Doom, we played Apex, we played Age of Empires, we played so many games on this, and each of them looked absolutely stunning. That's also thanks to the use of DCI-P3 colors rather than the standard sRGB gamut that gives you most reds and greens. Oh, and it has HDR, so you get a broader dynamic range of colors from your shadows to your highlights. And you know where you really want to see this is get this monitor, boot up Doom Eternal, and it looks c'est magnifique. So this monitor is going to be great for both gaming and content creation, which is a bonus for people like us. Another awesome feature of this panel is that its refresh rate and latency. Something that is absolutely critical, especially in FPS games, are the refresh rate and the latency of your monitor. The higher the refresh rate, the higher your FPS, resulting in less ghosting and motion blur. And this monitor is insanely responsive with just 1 millisecond response time. That means from the time your PC computes the action you input to the time you see it on screen is 1 millisecond. That is insanely fast. And for a monitor, and especially competitive gameplay, that is huge. To put that in perspective, the average human blink is 100 milliseconds. So this thing is lightning fast. Now, you can snipe with confidence, which is awesome. So, I think we've established that the display is perfect for gaming, but how about the aesthetic? Well, in typical Gigabyte AORUS fashion, they've continued their fascination with falcons and wings. Let me just read you this from the Gigabyte side. The Falcon utilized its power wings to soar through the skies and lock down its prey. The AORUS core takes inspiration from the Falcon's aerodynamic wings, incorporating a multi-layer design which features wing-shaped contours and also resembles the Falcon's high-velocity ascension and drive through the skies. Whew! That is some fancy writing, Josh. You could take a thing or two from them. With sleek and metallic armor, the AORUS core symbolizes advancement in technology with its futuristic style. And, well, yeah, all that's true. It looks right at home with the rest of the AORUS lineup, complete with the RGB lighting and all the programmable wave, pulse, color shift, and more we've come to expect. But there's also a ton of feature that the F127Q-P comes with to take your gaming to the next level. There's an aim stabilizer. No, This isn't just an aimbot of any sort, but a reduction in motion blur that gives you the crisp clarity when you're zoomed in on your favorite sniper rifle. It's also got a black equalizer that boosts and evens out the shadows in a game so that no one can hide in a shadow from you. No one. Not even people who hide in shadows. Whoever they are. Shadow hiders. We're looking for you, you shadow hiders. Also, so you don't poop your pants in scary games with someone. That's so funny. Yeah, we should not put that. Also, so you don't poop your pants in scary games when someone jumps out from the darkness because you've already seen them.
You know.
Another great feature is the Game Assist. This gives you the option to add timers, counters, and crosshairs to games that may not have them. It also has a useful alignment tool in case you have more than one of these bad boys to ensure a seamless setup for using multiple displays.
It's crazy.
And it lets you keep a close eye on what your computer is doing. You can monitor mouse DPI, CPU and GPU temperature, frequency, fan speed, and usage all at once. I use it now for basically doing all of our benchmarking, and it is awesome, and the best thing about it is it's accurate. You can set either picture-in-picture or picture-by-picture that lets you play a game while you're watching a guide for how to not be terrible at PUBG, or to find all of the secrets on Doom Eternal from, my good friend P. Maka. But I'm saving some of the best features for last. The audio on this thing is bonkers. It features ANC 2.0 or active noise canceling. It has a dual microphone setup that perfectly cancels out environmental noise and sounds both for your microphone and your headphones. How about that? And finally, the on-screen display. Most on-screen displays for monitors are steaming piles of hot garbage on a humid summer's day. Wow, that's a very vivid saying, I'll just say. Typically, you have to push combinations of teeny tiny buttons around the teeny tiny bezel and navigate menus and submenus and sub-submenus, then back out again to close the OSD. But Gigabyte said, enough is enough. No more trash heap OSDs. The on-screen display interacts with your mouse. Boom! So again, every time I choose something like reader, like I'm now in reading mode, you'll actually see like the overall, not only this, but the entire, like all of this stuff changes based on what I'm choosing. So like I'm gonna go to FPS and you go from there. And this is, so we talked a little bit about this, like you can set your hotkeys, so you can like turn your Anc on and off, and all of these things can just be set with a mouse or with a keyboard hotkey to set like your screen resolution, your picture mode, all those different things, and then you can just add it in here and change that. For general settings, you can change your input right here. You can change your on-screen display transparency to make it like not transparent or partially transparent. You can show the display time that it stays on. You got your LED indicator, your RGB controller. You can actually change your settings here from here. So now it's loading up the AORUS stuff, and I can change all of the colors for this stuff right here from its RGB fusion. So right now everything's purple. If I wanted to change those, I could, which is awesome. And then here you've got your active noise canceling, where you can change your position of your mic in terms of when you're doing so. For streaming, this is actually canceling out the noise depending on your position, which is crazy. You can change your noise canceling level. And then of course you've got your about, where you can change your build date and even do your firmware version, which is also something that you're able to do. And then at the same time, you can do all of that also from here. There are 2 HDMI ports and a single display port, along with 2 USB 3.0 and a headphone and microphone jack. That's right, that's crazy from a connectivity standpoint. And let me tell you, this on-screen display is a breeze and makes changing your settings infinitely easier than using traditional buttons or remotes. Now for setup, it's got most of the features you've come to expect. For ergonomics, you can swivel, rotate 90 degrees, adjust the height and tilt of the monitor. It also has VESA mount compatible if you want to clamp it down to your desk on a robot arm, like mine. Robot arm, it's not really, it's a terrible joke, sorry. Other quality of life features are blue light reduction, AMD FreeSync and NVIDIA G-Sync, USB charging, a built-in power board so this won't have a brick on its power cable, and a zero bright dot policy for 1 year. That's crazy. A bright dot is when a single pixel displays 100% red, green, and blue, resulting in a white or bright dot, pretty much the opposite of a dead or dark pixel. But don't just take my word for it, let's throw some friggin' games at this thing. You know, it's interesting, right? Because a lot of people don't really comprehend just how much better it is to play a game with 144 frames per second and HDR. And obviously with our 2080 Super, this is having no problem running Doom at 144 frames per second. But I mean, just honestly, it is amazing how much faster a game feels when you're using just something like this. And like your overall, your accuracy and all that sort of stuff make a big difference. 144 frames per second feels good. And this monitor looks incredible. Look at that, 144. Look at how crisp. I mean, it's amazing just how clear this looks. And then the ability to monitor things while I'm playing. Oh, that guy already bailed. This is gonna go well. That guy's already like, I'm done. This is gonna get spicy right from the beginning. Man, this looks so good. I'm not just trying to like hype this up. Like I have like, ever since getting to review this monitor, I've like really been proud of, like, I'm just impressed with how this looks. Ooh, oh, that's some purple armor. Oh, there's my backup gun. Awesome. Oh no. Oh, you're down, buddy. Oh, there you go. One down. I need to get some health here pretty quick. There we go. Get down. Another one down. This is better than I've done ever. Okay, I definitely need, oh God. So obviously this thing is a freaking boss, but what should you expect to pay for all of this amazing performance? Nope, probably not as much as you think. For a monitor this powerful in the 1440p low latency color accurate gaming monitors, it's in the company of the Asus ROG Swift and the Acer Predator Z1, both of which are actually more expensive. Right now on Newegg, you can get this for $529. And no, that's not exactly a budget monitor, but it's by no means on the extreme end of monitor pricing, and you get a monitor which will elevate your gaming to the next level. I kid you not, playing at 144 Hertz makes a massive difference in your ability to game. When you're playing at 144 frames per second and 144 Hertz, or even at 165 Hertz, you will notice a definitive difference in your gameplay, especially on first-person shooters. So check out the links in the description below if you're interested in finding out more about the Gigabyte AORUS F127Q-P, or if maybe you want to pick one up for yourself. As always, let us know what you think about the monitor in the comments below. What did you think? What would be the first game you'd play? And would you play at a high refresh rate? What is the thing that you heard in this review that you thought was absolutely awesome? Now, while you're down there, be sure to slap that subscribe button, whip that like button, and gently caress the notification bell so you know each and every time we upload a new video. Like, caress it. Also, be sure to follow us over on Instagram, Twitter, and at Facebook at Robeytech or facebook.com/Robeytech. Also, make sure you check out our live show every Wednesday from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Pacific time over at mixer.com/Robeytech. And we're also now streaming it over on YouTube as well. So you can just hang out here and we'll be playing it here as well. Also, make sure you check out the link description below. We got some absolutely amazing people who hang out with us every day over at Discord. So check out the link, come hang out with us. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Now go play some games. Maybe on this absolutely freaking cool monitor.